I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
Gervonta Tank Davis has once again stirred up buzz in the boxing world, but this time his actions have left fans and analysts stunned. Over the past few weeks, Tank has been sending some intense warnings to Lamont Roach, making everyone question if Roach will even make it through this fight. But in his latest message, Tank seemed to answer that question himself. At a recent press conference, he made a bold statement directed at Roach, then took it even further by attaching the message to one of his latest training videos with the caption, "I'm going to end."
Yeah.
With those words, Tank made it clear that his mind games are in full swing, and he's ready to break his opponent both mentally and physically. The tension between these two reignited after a recent interview revealed what led Tank to briefly announce the fight's cancellation. For a moment, it seemed like the fight was completely off. Fans went into panic mode, and rumors started flying about why Gervonta Davis had suddenly pulled out of one of the year's most highly anticipated matchups.
Now, I promise you, you better leave them home. You better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah.
As speculation reached its peak, Lamont Roach, always the composed professional, finally responded in a recent Q&A on his YouTube channel. Addressing the rumors head-on, Roach admitted that he was just as confused as everyone else about why Tank made such a dramatic announcement. However, he wasn't surprised by Tank's unpredictability. "Y'all know what you're dealing with, a wild card," Roach said. "He's just throwing punches, that's not going to affect me." He made it clear that while Tank's wild antics might rattle others, they wouldn't shake his confidence or game plan.
Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is. Yeah. It goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not.
Despite Tank's shocking claim, Roach reassured fans that the fight was never actually canceled. "The fight was never off, just so y'all know," Roach said. "Whatever the case may be, I already knew that. He just scared y'all a little bit." Roach explained that Tank's statement was just another one of his usual outbursts, but it didn't change his mindset. "I was in the gym training for the biggest fight of my career. That's my only focus."
Are you and Gervonta friends?
Friends, probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
Even though Roach had no idea what triggered Tank's outburst, he didn't waste time dwelling on it. Instead, he shifted his focus back to where it belonged, preparing for the fight. The highly anticipated Showdown is still set for March 1st, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, headlining PBC's second major event of the year. But now that the fight is officially back on track, one big question remains. Why did Tank even do it in the first place? Why create all this confusion when everything seemed set?
Frown. What? I say ninth round.
You said ninth?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. He looked at ninth.
I'm telling you saying you going down in.
One thing is certain. Tank's behavior has always been unpredictable, and this latest stunt is just another twist in his story. But now, the mind games are on a whole new level. Tank is sending a clear message to Roach. This fight won't be easy. He's not just looking to beat him in the ring, he's trying to break him mentally before they even get there. Tank knows exactly what he's doing. He's a master at playing with his opponents' heads, throwing them off their game before they even step into the ring. Roach has faced high-stakes fights before, but this war of words with Tank might be his toughest challenge yet.
He's going to retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm going to just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
This isn't the first time Tank has stirred up buzz with his unpredictable nature. From his shocking retirement announcement to his cryptic social media posts, he always keeps fans on their toes. But this time, it feels different. His warning to Roach isn't just talk. It's a statement of war. Just like he shows in every intense training video, Tank is making it clear that he's coming in with full force. He's ready to do whatever it takes to secure a victory, and he wants his opponent to know it.
4 out of his last 5 fights that's not scared of him.
Oh, wow.
Rolly was scared. Ryan was scared.
Frank wasn't
Hector was
scared.
scared.
Frank wasn't
was
scared.
terrified.
Frank wasn't scared.
Frank was terrified.
Man,
The stakes for this fight have never been higher. Devon Davis is already a dominant force in boxing. His knockout power is enough to intimidate anyone who faces him. From the very first bell, he takes control like no one else. But Lamont Roach isn't just another challenger. He knows exactly what he's doing, maybe even better than we do. As one of the best in the super featherweight division, Roach is determined to prove he can stand toe-to-toe with the elite. This isn't just about a title, it's about respect. Roach has the chance to show he's not just another stepping stone in Tank's career. Tank's threats may seem intense, but they're all part of his game plan. He's trying to break Roach mentally before they even step into the ring. Davis wants to plant seeds of doubt in Roach's mind, hoping to gain an advantage when the bell rings. But Roach isn't falling for it. He's staying locked in, keeping his focus on the prize. He's training harder than ever, making sure he's ready for anything Tank brings his way.
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
This fight just keeps getting more intriguing. Last month, ES News dropped a video on their YouTube channel suggesting that the March 1st showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach could shatter multiple gate records. For those unfamiliar, gate records refer to the revenue made from ticket sales at a live event. And this wasn't just speculation. It was backed by solid data from early ticket sales and the undeniable star power of Davis.
Stilettos, wearing them purses. How many pay-per-view buys does this Roach Jr. coming up for 130? How many buys you think he's done, my brother?
I mean, 350 is what Tank and Frank did, and Frank wasn't a champion. Roach has been around. He lost to Jamel Herring. He came back.
And Ray Jackson on X reported that by December, 10,000 seats at Barclays Center had already sold out. To put that in perspective, the arena holds 19,000 people. This is huge because Davis has been on a streak, selling out every venue he's fought at for the last 12 events straight. His fight with Lamont Roach could mark his 13th consecutive sellout, proving just how big of a star he is in the sport. Despite all the drama surrounding the March 1st event, including Davis's unpredictable behavior and shocking social media posts, organizers have raised ticket prices, making it even more likely that this fight will break Barclays Center's gate sales record. This only reinforces the fact that no matter the controversy, Davis's fan base remains loyal, eager to see him in action, and willing to pack the arenas. The real question now is how much longer Davis can push. The limits before his unpredictable nature backfires. Lamont Roach, who has been on the receiving end of Davis's emotional outbursts, is left wondering just how far Davis's antics will go. Roach's comments show his frustration, but also his composure in handling the situation. Still, there's a breaking point, and it's clear Roach is ready to take advantage of any chaos if the chance arises. Boxing fans have been buzzing with excitement over the matchup between the undefeated Gervonta Davis and former super featherweight champion Lamont Roach. As soon as tickets went on sale, fans wasted no time grabbing them. Interview 13. By the time the fight was officially announced, tens of thousands of seats at Barclays had already been sold, making this one of the most highly anticipated events in boxing history. However, with Devon Davis stirring things up with his unpredictable behavior,
See, little big bro coming out with the upset. A lot of people are gonna pick Tank going into that fight, but how do you see that playing out?
I see my brother walking out victorious. No, there's no doubt. Not because that's my brother, but because I seen him in the gym.
his recent social media posts hinting at the fight being canceled sent fans into a frenzy. Known for his emotional meltdowns and erratic actions, Davis once again left his followers confused. But as expected, the fight was never truly in jeopardy. Lamont Roach confirmed as much. Despite all the chaos, Davis's fans remain unfazed. They're eager to see him in action, even if it means dealing with his unpredictable moods. For those closely following the sport, the build-up to this fight is about more than just the two fighters in the ring.
There's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Raya.
Davis and Roach share a long history, their rivalry stretching back to their amateur days. Fans from the DMV area have been especially vocal about it, and many are expected to travel to Barclays to witness their showdown. This fight isn't just about the title, it's about settling a personal grudge that has been brewing for years. But the buzz isn't only about the fight itself. Ticket prices for the March 1st event have surged, and with them, anticipation for what could be another record-breaking night at Barclays Center. Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, has continued to cement his legacy as one of boxing's biggest stars. His ability to sell out arenas and generate massive revenue has solidified him as one of the sport's most lucrative athletes.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like, I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
As the fight draws closer, all eyes are on Davis and how he handles the pressure. Roach, on the other hand, has remained calm despite all the drama surrounding his opponent. He's been locked in at the gym, preparing for what is undoubtedly the biggest fight of his career. Roach has always been the underdog, but this time, he has something to prove. Moving up in weight to challenge Davis for the lightweight title is a bold move, one that could redefine his career if he pulls off the upset. But will it be enough? The fight is guaranteed to be a spectacle, but the real controversy is the price fans will have to pay to witness it. A few days ago, PPV announced a purchase price of $79.99 for the fight. It's a hefty price tag, especially considering the current economy. But for a fight of this scale, boxing fans are willing to pay. The combination of Davis's star power and Roach's determination to dethrone the undefeated champion makes this an event worth watching, even at a steep price. The ticket price hike adds another layer to the ongoing debate over pay-per-view costs in boxing. For years, fans have voiced frustrations over rising prices. Some have called for reductions, while others have simply come to accept that these events will always come with a high price tag. This time, however, boxing's power brokers are paying attention to the growing frustration, especially as piracy continues to thrive in the industry. Lower price points for some other major events have raised questions about why certain promotions keep pushing the limits when it comes to pricing. Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions, the organizations behind Davis's upcoming fight, are standing firm on the $79.99 price tag. They're unapologetic about charging what they believe the fight is worth. Whether or not this strategy pays off remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Fans are willing to pay to see Devon Davis, the self-proclaimed king of boxing, in action. As the fight nears, the excitement keeps building, and the buzz around the event grows stronger. Steven Espinoza recently shared some insights on what's next for Tank after his highly anticipated title defense against Roach on March 1st. The WBA lightweight champion has made it clear he wants to face top-tier opponents moving forward. Espinoza hinted at what that could look like, mentioning names like Shakur Stevenson and a potential rematch with Ryan Garcia. These are the kinds of fights he believes would make a real impact, drawing massive attention from both fans and the media. While these potential matchups have the boxing world buzzing, it's interesting that Espinoza didn't mention other rising contenders like Keyshawn Davis, William Zepeda, Raymond Muratalla, or Andy Cruz. These fighters have the talent to challenge Davis, but they haven't yet gained widespread recognition. Espinoza's focus is clearly on opponents who are already household names and can help elevate Davis's career even further. One name that stands out is Ryan Garcia. Garcia, who famously fought Davis in 2023, remains a prime candidate for a rematch. Their first fight ended with a decisive knockout by Davis, but a second showdown could be massive given Garcia's enormous social media presence. His online following has made him one of boxing's most marketable fighters, and a rematch with Davis could be one of the biggest pay-per-view events in the sport.
Yeah. I mean, but again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. I mean, again, the media like to hate him too. So, I'm gonna catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really stunned that too much. I'm not worried about narratives. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring. All right, brother.
However, there's a catch. Garcia fights at 140 lbs, while Davis has traditionally competed at 135. Espinoza pointed out that weight would be a key factor in making a rematch happen. After their first fight, Davis faced criticism for agreeing to a catchweight and rehydration clause that many felt worked against him. According to Espinoza, Davis isn't likely to agree to similar terms this time around. He's probably not going to agree to any weight stipulations after getting burned last time, Espinoza stated, referencing the controversy from their first fight. It's clear Davis doesn't want to repeat the same mistake, especially with even higher stakes now. Then there's Shakur Stevenson, another name that constantly comes up in discussions about Davis's future. Stevenson, a two-division world champion, has an elite skill set and a rapidly growing fan base, making him a serious potential challenger. He's regarded as one of the most skilled fighters in the sport today, and a matchup between him and Davis could be one of the most exciting fights in boxing. Espinoza believes Stevenson could be the type of challenge Davis would want after his title defense against Roach. Maybe it's Shakur, maybe it's a Ryan Garcia rematch or something like that, Espinoza said, making it clear that these are the kinds of fights Davis is aiming for. But getting these fights to happen is another story. Boxing is notorious for its complicated politics, with constant negotiations between promoters, managers, and fighters. A fight between Stevenson and Davis would be huge, but making it a reality would take time, especially with different promotional companies involved. Still, Espinoza's comments suggest that Davis is ready to push for the biggest fights available to him. Despite these high-profile targets, there's also the growing frustration among boxing fans when it comes to Davis. His career has often been criticized for featuring a string of easy matchups against lesser-known opponents. While Davis has remained undefeated and built an impressive knockout record, many believe he hasn't been truly tested against top-tier competition. His past fights have frequently been called into question for not being challenging enough, leading to accusations that he has been cherry-picking opponents rather than facing the toughest available challengers. Boxing fans are now at a point where they need to see Davis prove he's serious about facing top-tier competition. Words alone won't be enough to ease the growing frustration among his supporters. Fans are tired of watching Davis take on opponents who are seen as easy wins. They want him to step up and take on the toughest challenges available. There's a growing sense that Davis has played it safe for too long, and if he truly wants to be considered one of the greats, he'll have to prove he can handle the best fighters in the sport. Davis's current run of success has kept him undefeated, but it has also limited his growth. His cautious approach to selecting opponents has prevented him from facing the kind of challenges that could push him to the next level. While he continues to build a loyal fan base, there's a sense that he's not reaching his full potential. To become the kind of fighter fans and critics alike want him to be, he must prove that he's willing to fight the best, not just the most convenient opponents. These are the matchups fans have been demanding, and they would generate massive attention from both hardcore boxing enthusiasts and casual viewers. But Davis also needs to be careful not to fall into the trap of only taking easy fights just to maintain his unbeaten record. If he wants to elevate his career and solidify his legacy, he must challenge himself. What's your take on this? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.